hover over it, you'll be seeing that right and left. You can
We
just
are
switch
live.
slides. Okay.
All right. Good evening, everybody. It's actually a very good privilege to be in this session this evening, and I want to appreciate the community, DSHub. I also want to recognize the presence of the CEO, Mr. Mohammed Samsudin, and the internship coordinator, uh, Mr. Tijani Umar. It's indeed a very good, a very nice opportunity to be a mentor in this track. So once again, everybody. I welcome everybody to this session. And yes, it's not a new thing. We all know what the session is all about: data science, data analytics, orientation. Now, this orientation is actually to expose you to what the data science world is all about, what are the opportunities, what are what you stand to gain, what are some of the industrial experiences that you tend to like meet, what are some of the challenges you kind of like encounter, what are some of the breaking blocks, what are some of the uh hurdles you have to like pass through for you to say, okay, yes, you are a data scientist, for you to say, yes, I've mastered data analytics. So I'll go first by introducing myself. As I said earlier, my name is Fitz Adebayo, and I'm a graduate of agricultural and environmental engineering, and I'm also a data scientist. I'm just a testimony that what you actually read for 4 years could actually be something else. You can actually like leverage something else to create the greater good. What do I mean? Studying agricultural engineering and delving into data analytics, delving into data science. Yes, there are a lot of similarities, but this is just to widen our horizon. This is just to widen our scope. That yes, there is actually no limitation to what you can learn. There is actually no barrier, whether you are a commercial student, whether you're an art student, whether you are so bad with mathematics. This is just a testimony that yes, there is actually nothing that you won't be able to do if you put your mind. I've worked across data analytics projects, geospatial analysis, decision-based system algorithms, audio text processing, uh, customer segmentation, uh, image recommendation recognition systems. Uh, I've also worked on prediction models. Prediction models. Now, one very interesting thing about this field, one very interesting thing about this field is that you get to um, uh, get the whole idea of what data analytics is. You get to like get the whole scope of what it is. Just take for example, you're a data analyst working with probably visualizing data. Well, uh, high chances are there that you will definitely uh, have to be exposed to some of the things that the data scientists also do. High chances are there that you also get to be exposed to some of the things that the machine learning engineer does. high chances are there that you also get to expose yourself to what the AI guys does. Now, this doesn't come uh in with just sitting calm and saying, okay, yes, this is just my job to just visualize and stuff like that. Now, it comes with a lot of intentionality, it comes with a lot of consistency, it comes with a lot of self motivation. I tell people, when I have the opportunity to talk to them, that life is a personal race. If you wait for people to give you the heads up, if you wait for people to give you the motivation that you need to work, then it means that going far is questionable. So it's actually a charge. It's actually a charge to us that whatever field, whether data analysis, data science, machine learning, you have the leverage, you have the strength to actually tap from all the data fields that we have. You have the strength to tap into whatever um tech track that you want to. All you just need is putting your mind to what um you are learning, putting your mind to exploring new things, putting your mind to exposing yourself beyond what um what your scope is. And that is when you say, yes, you've mastered this track, you've mastered this space. Now, also recently, I also worked with teams that uh has to do with different techniques. uh the developers, the product managers, where we designed and developed a tracking system. Now, you sometimes you ask yourself that, what does a tracking system has to do with. So please, before I continue, if we can hear me, just indicate. You can just drop a comment in the just drop a comment. So, as I was saying, I worked with where we had to build a tracking system, and the input of both the developers, the input of both the front end guys, the back end guys, and everything. So you tend to ask yourself, how is it possible? How is it possible that a data science person, a data analytics person. Now, this does not come with, it comes with self drive, it comes with self push, and it comes with intentionality. So today I will be walking us through what we stand to gain, what we stand to also learn, what we stand to see in the next 9 weeks of this internship training. Trying to navigate the slide. Just give me a second. Okay. So we'll be going through the introduction to data science, the data science processes, the tools and technology, the application of data science to real world scenarios, real world industries, and staying through the internship. Yeah. So introduction. Uh, just briefly, data science uh, is a field that combines both statistics, programming, mathematics to analyze data. you have your data in any form. Most of the time, your data comes in a raw form. When I say raw form, I mean that it comes in a way, in a form that hasn't been processed. It comes in a form that you can have mixtures of both alphabet and figures, which is not ideal. The only cases where we have mixtures of alphabet and figures is probably when you are trying to code your emails, probably your email, your username and stuff like that. But when we talk about a structured data is unique to the data type. Is unique to the data type. So a data type might just be an integer. A data type must just be might just be a boolean. A data type might just be in form of words, in form of words. So most of the time, data doesn't come in that format, and it boils down to you as data scientist, a data analyst, to know how best you can process, you can fetch this data. I think the first thing we should know as data scientist is the aspect of fetching a data. Now there's something we call um, the get request. I'm very sure if you've collaborated with different techniques, you understand what this getting request is all about. Uh, and this is not uh this is more of collecting your data. This is more of collecting your data, and this is part of what you also be exposed to. How do you fetch your data? Because if you can't fetch your data, then there's no analysis that you can do. You won't be able to perform any analysis. So the idea is, how do I collect this data? Collecting the data, gathering the relevant data. Are you gathering this data from an API? Are you gathering this data from an endpoint? All these things are some of the things that you'll be exposed to in this internship. How do you clean the data? How do you clean the data that you've gotten from wherever endpoint, from a particular source, from wherever you got the data from? How do you handle this data? The beauty of any system that is built is how best they um handle this cleaning process. And if a data analyst or a data scientist is able to clean the data, then 90% of the problem is solved already. But if you're having data that has noise, if you're having data that is unclean, it means that whatever you are building with that data is also unclean. So we'll be exposing you to data cleaning processes, the pre-processing, the exploratory data analysis. We'll also be exposing you to feature engineering and selection. We'll be exposing you to a bit of modeling. We'll be exposing you to a bit of also and deploying whatever you've modeled into production. Now, this is just the life cycle of what um, a data science expertise, or a data scientist does, right from defining your problem to deploying your model. So this process is not my mentor will say is not bread and butter. So it is not also bread and butter. It comes with a lot of intentionality. It comes with a lot of self motivation. Now, self motivation, yes, uh, you'll be required most of the time to go beyond the box, and that is success or anything great doesn't come with relaxation. It comes with an extra push. You have to be able to push yourself to understand what and what is and what is not. And that quest for knowledge is what will make you stand out in this internship. In this internship, yeah, the tools and the technology that I will be also be working with in this program. We'll also be working with. I know some of us have the knowledge of what Excel is. Some of us have the knowledge of what spreadsheet is. I think that's more like the basic uh, tools for the analyst. Now, on top of what Excel is Python. Python has a lot of libraries, and if you check the most used or the most common or the widely used tools for data science, the most versatile, where you can use uh, that particular software uh, to also collaborate well with all other teams, both the developers and the likes. Python is a great tool to do that. Python is a great tool to do that. So we'll be working through what the Python software is, exploring the various libraries, uh, also be working through what SQL is, the structured query language, uh, and this is also very important in performing CRUD operations. I'm very sure many of us will have heard of what the CRUD operation is, and if you've not, definitely this is where you get to understand what is this CRUD operation. You'll get to understand what can uh, how you can also integrate this your Python with your uh, uh, SQL tools. You also learn how you can integrate your Python with your machine learning tool. You also, and that is why I said that Python is the mother uh of all tools for your data science, is the mother, because it houses whatever um uh whatever team or whatever persons that you also be collaborating with. So application of data science to industries. Uh, yeah, since we've known what data science is all about, we've known what the respective tools that we need, we've known the process, the data science process, right from defining our problem to deploying our model. We've done all that. So how do we apply this to the industry? Or do we just learn it for learning's sake? Do we just learn it to just acquire the knowledge, or to just do this just basic mathematics? No, no, no. It's not. It's way more than that. It's way more than that. I started by saying that recently I worked with a team that developed a tracking system. A tracking system. Yeah. So that is one application of data science to the industry. Now, this tracking system does more of statistics. It takes input, and it aggregates whatever the input is. User submits inputs more like in a form format, and it aggregates all the submissions and give an inference. Now, this is an industry, and this inference that it gives is also gonna be used to make decision. The inference will definitely going to be used to make decision. So there's actually no niche, there's actually no industry that uh, you as a data science person, you as a data analyst cannot work. That's just the truth of the matter. And that is why I say that as a data analyst, you should have the understanding of what the data analysis is all about. You should have the understanding of what the data science is all about. You should also have the understanding of what the data engineering is all about. You should also have the understanding of what the machine learning is all about. You should also have the understanding of what the AI is all about. Now, bringing those three together, bringing those four or five together, will make you see the sense in what data analysis is all about. Now, the first application we said healthcare. We have in disease prediction. You can actually use data science. Data science is applied in disease prediction. Take for instance a patient or patients have more like a record of what the ideal condition of a particular disease, or the characteristics of what a particular disease is like. Now, all these informations is the data, and this data is coming to you in the raw form. Now, how do you make the sense of this data? Now, this is a step ahead what the data analyst will do. The data analyst will collect this data and just plot your graphs and plot your visualization to say, okay, yes, at this point in time, when this patient's blood pressure is at 170 and 110, it means that the patient is having high blood pressure. When it is this. Now, this is what the data analyst will just show you that, okay, this is what it is like. But data science will now bring a form of a decision-based system that, okay, if we have this condition, this is what if likely conditions like this happens, then we can classify that yes, this person has this. If likely conditions like this does not happen, then this person is free from this disease. Now, this is what a data scientist revolves his thought around. How do I bring solution to what this problem is? How do I bring my expertise? How do I bring additional tool, additional touch? How do I bring flavor to what this data analyst has done? How do I show professionalism? How do I inform a layman? How do I inform stakeholders that, okay, yes, this is what this story, and this is what I've been able to coin out from this story. Now, we also have fraud detection. It still goes in line with, so this is also in finance industry. It also goes in line with you identifying, let's say you have a particular data, and you were able to check transaction records with a probably with a chart, and you discovered a particular outliers from your visualization. Probably you discovered probably the distance of a particular transaction to the normal trend is actually like different, and you spotted it as an outlier. You can easily mark out that point and say, okay, yes, if anything deviates from what it is like, then I will raise that alarm that, okay, no, this is not this. Now, you've been able to solve a problem of what? Of detecting fraudulent transactions. You can also apply it in stock market prediction, where you have the those of us uh that are conversant with what the stock market is, that are conversant with what these candlestick patterns in different foreign exchange whatever is. You understand that it is possible, those that build uh chat bots, those that build trading bots, most of them add this knowledge of what. Now, you as a data scientist can also have that knowledge and also work on building something similar, and can also work on building something similar. So it's a data from whatever prediction, whatever stock market prediction that you want. Let's say you are trying to predict probably um the price of, let's say, gold, for example, in probably like 3 months from now. there's something they call technical analysis. That's for those that are into those trading and stuff like that. There's something that they call technical analysis. It has to do with understanding the market, understanding the highs and the low, the close and the open points. Now it is all these uh things that forms your columns, that form your header. So identifying all those things, bringing them together, aligning them will now give you a model that will work as a trading boot. So that is another application of data science. You also apply it in retail and e-commerce industry and recommendation system. Most of the time, when you visit Netflix, when you visit Jumia, when you visit Temu, you discover that if you go on a category, let's say clothing category now, to select clothes, probably you want to order a clothes, and you just go there, select the clothes that you want to order, and you just go there, select the clothes that you want to order. Now, you discover that uh, some other time that you visit that site, this thing will still pop up. They will kind of like bring adverts that are related to this clothing system. They will bring adverts that are related to clothing system for you to be able to see that, okay, yes, you visited this site at points at time so, and that is why um we are still bringing uh an advert as regards this website for you, or as regards this category that you've clicked on. So all these things are still revolving around what uh are still revolving around the recommendation system. They are still revolving around application of data science. We also have the artificial intelligence. We also have the artificial intelligence. That's where we have the object detection, and we also have the we have the object detection. And that was why I said earlier, if you remember, I made mention of something earlier, and I said that data science is not just limited to uh just having the understanding of data science, or just having the understanding of data analysis. You are having the understanding of what you are going an extra mile, what the data analysis is, what data science is, what the data engineering is, what the machine learning is. You're having the understanding of what all those things are. So it is very important that you take these things with seriousness. You take it with uh full attention, full concentration, and all. So we'll be concluding by saying, imagine you're having a skill to predict market trend. Please, the last slide. Okay. Yeah. Imagine you're having a skill to predict market trend, to optimize business decision, and even build AI powered solutions. Data science is a field that helps in transforming industries, in driving innovations, and also creating endless career opportunities. It is a necessary skill for anyone that is looking to stay ahead today's data-driven world. Now, I know we will have already heard of this quote that says that data is the new oil. Yes, and that is actually not far-fetched. That is actually the truth, because each milliseconds we are generating data. Each milliseconds you're generating data from, and that is why most of our devices today are already smart devices. Imagine your wristwatch, your smart wristwatch, taking your blood pressure, taking your heartbeat rate, taking your footstep count, and stuff like that. So each milliseconds are generating data. Now the problem is, do we have do we have professionals? Do we have professionals? Do we have people that are ready to transform data to what? Do we have some people that are ready to transform this data to what we will need it for? Do we have people that are ready to transform this data to drive innovative solutions? Do we have people that are ready to transform this data to create uh, an endless career opportunities. I hear people say AI is coming to take your work, but the honest truth is that once you have this knowledge, once you have this then you are just opening the door to what? To an endless career opportunities, because you have to prompt AI to do what it wants. AI cannot give you 100% what you don't prompt it to do. So that is why it is necessary for anyone or everybody looking to that is why it is necessary for everybody looking to stay ahead of this industry today to what? To acquire these skills, the data science skill. So this training will equip you with practical and real world projects to build your portfolio. It will equip you with the industry relevant tools and techniques, which we also already discussed. And it will also provide you with mentorship to help you break into high paying data science role. Uh, there's a part in my slide where I used to like to show people what um, what would they gain if they take this course with all seriousness. I love to show people what the salary scale of a data science or a data scientist is like. And this is just to open us to opportunities that, okay, yes, if we are serious with this, if we take this with all dedication, if we take this as a not as a thing of chance, but as a thing that we are committed to learning, as a thing that we are committed to earning from, then we'll be ready to pay the price. Because uh look at what the annual wage of a data scientist is like: 158,747 dollar. That is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And I'm very sure that everybody will want to earn something like this. So, but this doesn't come so easy. This doesn't come so easy. It comes with a lot of a lot of push from ourselves, a lot of motivation from ourselves. It comes with clicking yourself with the right community, which you are currently. I can say with my full chest that you are in the right place. You are in the right place. DSHub is a community where you get all these things that I just spoke about. It's a community where you get to learn, you get to relearn, you get to unlearn those things that you've also learned, which are not right. Is a pseudo school. Let me put it that way, because we tends to shape out the strength in you, for you to be able to, for you to take this course, for you to say, okay, yes, you want to get attached to this track. Then it means that you have gone through some some screening, which eventually made you stand out. And I want to just implore you guys not to take this for granted, uh, to be very committed to the learning. Yes, the learning process is not an easy one. That's just the truth. The learning process is not an easy one. You get to learn all these things by practicing. You get to learn all these things daily. You can't start working. You can't start pulling data from API in just one day. You can't start um doing building or developing or fine-tuning models in just one day. And the interesting thing about this is just like a step. You go from steps to step. You go from step to step. You go from gathering data to cleaning to up to the point of model development. You go from working with CSV files, you go from working with Excel file to working directly with endpoints, extracting data without even downloading them. You go from working with text to working with audios. You go from it's just a very wide space where you need to just have the knowledge of this is what it is like. This is solution I will offer. This is what this problem is. This is how I can go through this process. And this can only comes when you carefully pay attention to everything that is being discussed in your track. This can only come when you constantly ask questions that is related to what your track is. This can only comes when you do the extra effort, when you do the extra work yourself. And what do I mean by extra work? The extra work in the sense of you doing you taking it upon yourself to go an extra mile to take for example, you learned on data data cleaning, and we expose you to, okay, this is how you clean your data. You remove the null values from your data and stuff like that. Now you as a learner, it's expected that you break that barrier. Okay, there are other ways I can actually remove null values. There are other ways I can actually say, okay, yes, these are how I want to like clean my data. Is either I replace my null value or I remove them completely. Either I replace them with the mean, median, or the mode, or I remove them. Now, all these things might not occur to you during the classes, but your quest for knowledge, your desire for knowledge will make you have that fuel burning in you. And this fuel burning in you will make you ask questions during your mentorship sessions, during your hot seat, during your one-on-one with your supervisors, during your touch base with your team members. Will make you ask questions. And they say curiosity kills the cat, right? So that curiosity should should be the one that should spoil you, should be the one that should drive you, should be the one that should give you that gel, that impetus to um forge further in this internship journey. So I think the last part is walking through what the internship is like. And okay, so please, I hope we are all taking notes, and also do well to prepare your questions for me. Uh, so the internship, um, definitely, this is the orientation. This is the orientation for the data science and the analytics track, and I'm very glad to have given you um, my word, and I want to assure you again that I will be with you through the internship. I'll be ready to listen to what you're not getting right. I'm putting you on the right track. I'll be ready to also provide necessary support that is needed for you to scale through in this uh internship. In this internship, uh, does anybody? If we have questions, please you can just drop it in the chat. Uh, okay, so
Okay,
yeah.
thank you very much, Mr. Fitz. Please, can we get some reactions from Mr. Fitz? That was a very nice presentation. You went in and about everything concerning data science. Well, not everything per se, but he gave a very good summary of everything that's concerning data science. And I'll be giving you a little detail about your particular track per se and how your internship would be here. Although for most of you that have already attended the onboarding, you already have the basic idea of everything. Yeah, I'm not getting enough reaction from Mr. Okay, okay, that's good, that's good. Thank you, thank you. Yes, it's really not easy for him to squeeze in the time at nights like this to actually come and make this presentation. So please let's appreciate him very well. And thank you very much, Mr. Fit, again. So for the data
Yeah.
science track, it's a very interesting track. It's always interesting, quote in, quote out. And Mr. Faith can attest to that. He has been here from quote A. So you surely get a lot from him over the course of this internship. Now, we all know the general structure of the internship. You get your tax on Mondays. You have from Mondays to Fridays, work on it. You have your hosting session on Friday. You have your hosting session either on a Saturday or on a Sunday. You would be informed when your particular track is going to be having yours. Okay. You'll be informed when your own particular track is going to be having your hot seat session. And I want to ask, I hope every member, everybody in this orientation right now has already joined into their own group, assigned a group member, and your track has their own track assigned group representative, sorry, and your track has its own track representative by now because we are going to be collecting the names soon, and we don't want at this time into the internship. I think this we are 1 week away from kickstarting it. You should already be sorted out. Everything should already be arranged within your track, and you should already know majority of your members by now. Everybody has been introducing themselves. You've gotten to see some people's resume. You've gotten to see the works they've done before. You've gotten to know who they are. Some of you have interacted personally on a very good level. So by now you should know if you are someone that is not very skilled. If I was someone that is not very skilled, by now I would have known who I'm going to run to whenever I have problem. I would have already scanned through all the introductions, brought up one, two, three people that I know that are very good in that field, so that by the time the first tax drops and I go through it and I find that okay, these are places I'm not very good at, I know that okay, these are people I can easily run to and they can guide me. That is the essence of everybody introducing themselves for you to get to know them, to know your team members. And when you know someone, you easily interact with the person. So as I was saying, I hope your track has assigned a lead for each group. And I don't know how many groups you have. I think okay, I do know how many groups you have, but I don't know how many leads you've already assigned right now. But I'll be needing the list of them. And also, I've not gotten any information about your track lead yet. I think only one track have presented a lead to me, but the other tracks I'm still awaiting them. I think they are still doing the election or voting also. But the time is ticking, so please let's utilize the little time we have to make as much progress as possible. So during the course of the internship, you are going to be facing a lot of challenges. Some might be personal, some might be concerning the internship itself. It's very important that you voice it out immediately. Yeah, most of the challenges we have with interns is that when they are facing problem, they do not voice it out immediately. They delay, and when they delay, it affects their progress. It affects the way we even view their progress. Because if you are to submit the task on Sunday and you might have faced some problems and you do not submit it, and you do not communicate to your supervisor, you do not communicate to anybody or the coordinator, but obviously you have to start from your team rep, then to your supervisor. Maybe if you don't get a response or your team rep recommends that you speak to your supervisor about it, then you go ahead and speak to your supervisor about it so that we would know. Because as I said from the onboarding, there are some people that we might actually consider, there are some cases that we might actually consider. Someone might be sick, for example. You can't expect someone that is very sick, bedridden, to actually be working on a task and submit on in due time when the person is thinking about his health. So we do have consideration for that, and at the same time, we'd appreciate it if interns do not abuse that privilege. So please, if you are giving tasks, do it on time, submit it. You have to come to meeting, be present for the meeting, and attendance will always be taken in every meeting that you have. I'm talking about the compulsory ones, which are the cold and the hot seats. You can have other meetings aside these two. That's your choice. You have the liberty to do so. It's a very flexible environment. You can do as you like and organize other things as you like. But the major ones are the ones that we already highlighted. So please, Having said all of this, it's a time for our Q&A session. If you have any questions for the mentor, if you have any question for me, if you have any questions for the management, you can send them in right now, and we'll try as much as possible to give you the most appropriate answer as we can. And if you feel like your question is more personal and you'd like to send it directly, well, you can send it to the group or you can send it to me if you would prefer. So please, let's have your questions. I haven't seen any questions yet. And please, let's have a reaction for me. I'm also very good at presenting. Please, let me have some reactions, some comments. I hope I've been audible all this while. Okay, are we still live? Can I confirm that you can all hear me? Okay, okay. So can I have your questions? If you have any, please send in your questions. If there's any part of the internship, any part of the structure you don't understand, you can go ahead to ask question on that. And this is your chance to meet Mr. Fitz. Now you don't have a book a session to actually meet him right now. He's going to be your um he's going to be one of your mentors. So you are meeting him now without booking a session. So ask as many questions as you can. Okay, I am having one question. Can a data science also work as data analytics? Also, can we learn data analytics separately from data science? And where can we download the slides? Okay, these two questions from Richard and Praise. I think they are similar. They are almost similar, but not completely similar. So, Mr. Fitz, I don't know whether you can attempt that. Mr. Fitz, just give me a second. I think the mentor will be in the best place to actually answer that question. So I want to have him answer the question before I say any other thing on it.
So, as I was saying, I said I'll just use a very short description to answer the question. And what I said is what I would just say is, imagine you are a CEO and you want to work on a project. I want to work on a project, and you need a data science. The project involves you doing a little bit of analytics, that's the visuals and stuff like that. I also need to make an informed decision, and you don't really want to spend so much, let me put it that way, on these two different persons. Now, the question is, who are you going to go for? Are you going to go for someone that has just the skill of data analytics, or are you going to go for someone that's done a data analytics project and also have data science skill? And that is why I said in my presentation that as a data analyst or as a data scientist, as a data um, engineer, you need to have the vast understanding of what each and every data field is all about. That is what will give you an higher edge in the industry. So as you are learning your data science, you also do a bit of what the data analytics will do. You get to learn about you get to learn about um processing your data to be able to make that your analytics visuals, because you can't make your analytics visuals with an unprocessed or an unclean data. You also get to work with there are so many visuals that you might not even need to use tools like Power BI, like Tableau for, that you might just be needing to use your matplotlib in your Python. And that is what data science will expose you to. How can you optimize, how can you save time for a particular analysis you want to do? How can you save time to visualize what you want to visualize? And that is where the matplotlib comes in. That is where the seaborn library comes in. So data science will give you an added advantage to the ordinary data analytics that you um have. So I think that should drive home the answer to the question. Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
I think
thank you very much, Mr. Fitz. Okay, let me check other questions.
okay, I can see one here. Are there any available materials for us to learn with? I think in the course of the internship, you were exposed to materials that you work with, even though the materials um, might not directly come from the mentors, but the supervisors will definitely guide you to where and where you can fetch whatever material that will be beneficial. And another thing is, you also need to also understand that uh, success is not coming to meet you. That is one thing we also need to understand. Success, you have to go to meet it. And when you are going to meet success, it means that uh, whatever it takes, whatever route it's gonna take, definitely it's not gonna be a smooth one. It's gonna be a lot of uh, using or exhausting your resources, in terms of probably you're looking for a particular, you downloaded so many files before you get to the real file and stuff like that. It's gonna take a whole lot from you. And that is why I said this internship is not just the random or the random internship you have been coming you have been encountering or you've been applying into. This is one that will shape you into um what the person you want to be. This is the one that will shape you into how you can stand uh independently in the business, in the industry world. How you can stand uh fortified, how you can stand with your full strength when you are also um having to collaborate with all other techniques different from the data field. So it is very important for you to also understand that a lot will be required from you as regards your personal research. A lot will also be required for you as regarding your quest for knowledge. So yeah, that's it. Are there okay? Please, I'd like to ask if we would be given data set to work on during the internship. Are we to get data set ourselves? I think the best answer to this is when you're having your one-on-one with your supervisors, when your task comes to you, on a weekly basis, you'll be given instructions on what to do and what not to do. So, but the main thing is understanding the ideal process, understanding what is the ideal process, understanding how you can uh make and take advantage of whatever process, whether the data set is required, that data set is provided or data set is not provided. Taking advantage of those will also make you stand out in the learning process. Thank you. uh what tools do we need to download? Okay. I think in my slide, uh, there are so many tools that you need to. Don't let me say so many tools, but you definitely should have your Python software uploaded, downloaded. You should also have a notebook that works with your Python, probably at best a Jupyter notebook or your Anaconda. You should also for your uh, data fetching and stuff like that. You should also be ready to also work online with your Google Colab, or you can also have your SQL downloaded. Yes, preferably your SQL downloaded. Um, uh, that's for working with database. Then you should also have your yes, basically those are some of the tools that uh you'll be working with. Uh, please, we need to know. Okay, I think I addressed that. Yeah, thank you. So I can see another one. What are the job supports available to us? What are the job supports available to us? Okay, this is a very good question. Yes, I wouldn't say I want to give you a direct answer, but what I'll just say is so far those that uh, uh, have been interning here, some of them get positions here, and that depends on how studious you are with whatever you are doing. So this is a charge to everybody to take this serious, to uh, to pay the price for learning, to have desire to finish up what you are starting. Because the honest truth is, uh, whatever you say you want to start, you should have it in mind that you want to finish. So yeah, so I think that answer that. I think I answered that. Okay, can we use Google Colab
Okay,
for
thank you very
Python?
much, Mr. Fitz.
Yeah, can we
Okay, a little
use?
to add to that question. Let
Okay,
me add a little to that question. What job opportunities are available? Well, mostly the ones, the individuals, the interns that will have the higher chances are those that are actually under the premium package, because after the internship they'll have also career guidance, and they'll be added to the alumni group, which is a group for DSO people that have actually taken the internship. And it is from the alumni group that we actually hire some people or give award contracts to some people regarding the project or any available slots. And also, if any affiliates of DSO, we have companies that we are collaborated with, that we are affiliated with, and we know personally. So if any of them are sourcing for skilled personnel, they trust interns from DSHub because they have seen your work in real life and they trust DSHub itself. So it is from the alumni pool that we actually source people to actually undertake such positions. So those are kind of the benefits, and you can only get most of these benefits if you're under the premium package. But for if you are not under the premium package, um, even this last cohort, I still had some interns that came for recommendation letter. They were applying for positions and needed recommendation letter, and some of them require a certain level of experience and all of that. So we actually offer recommendation letter even without being on in the premium package. And also the individuals asking whether you should learn data science and data analysis, given the way the world is right now, you need to have a very diverse knowledge. You can't only focus yourself in one area and expect that this area is sufficient enough to get you where you want to be. No matter how skilled you are, you need to be skilled in more than that area itself. Any other area that is affiliated to the area that you're skilled in, you need to know, even if it's a little bit about it. Because with the advent of AI, even those that are skilled now are still finding it hard to actually get employed. It's not like the last 20 years, last 30 years, where just with a degree or with a little skill, you can actually get employed, you can actually get land a high paying role. Now things are changing very well. You can be very skilled and still get fired and replaced by someone else or an AI. So it's very important that you keep upskilling and you keep learning new things and learning all areas that are affiliated with your particular area. And also, the person that asked about the slide would make available the slide if you'd like it. So just send it to the group. Mobile phone for the task is going to be very difficult. Someone asks, can we use mobile phones for the task? Using mobile phone is going to be very difficult. I think there are some tools that won't even work on mobile phone. I think so. Mr. Faith, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it will be very. It will not be so efficient using mobile phone. It will be so stressful, and so many of those tools might not be able to work. You can't perfectly use most of those tools on mobile device. Though you can use Google Colab, but there will still definitely be limitations. It will still be very stressful for you. So at the best, at the minimum, a laptop at the minimum, even if it's not a very high performing laptop, but at the minimum, a laptop. Yeah.
Okay. That's coming straight from the expert himself. So I think I needn't say any other thing. Um, can these tools be downloaded on phone or must be on system? I think he has already answered that too. Someone says he can't hear us anymore. Please, are we still audible? Can we get some reaction? Am I still audible? Please, can I get some reactions? I think truly I'm not very audible. Mr. Fitz, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you very well.
Okay. Can every other person hear me? Please indicate if you can hear me. Saying okay, okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I think here's another question. Can we use Google Colab for Python and SQLite 3 in Google Colab? I think that is more directed to Mr. Fit as well.
Yes, I think yes. You can work with Python on Google Colab. You can also use if you install the SQLite what's it called manager on your device. You can also use it on your mobile. Yeah, you can also use it on your mobile. So, but best practice is if you use your phone. That is when you will get to like enjoy it. But yes, you can actually use it on mobile. You can use your Python on your Google Colab. You can also use SQLite in Python. Yes, you can use SQLite in Python. You just import uh, SQLite, import it just as the way you're importing a library. You import it. Yes, you just navigate through. So you know the way you do your pip install. When you want to install a particular library in Python, you just follow the pip install and your SQL like 3 as the database and stuff like that. So you can effectively work on creating tables and stuff like that on your phone. But best practice is the laptop. Thank you.
Okay, we are coming to the end of this session. Please, if you still have questions, please send it in immediately before we end the session. I think this one last, I don't have money to pay for the premium plan now. However, I am very sure that I'll be able to pay in the course of the internship or probably after the internship. Yes, it's still allowed to pay at any time within the internship or after. In fact, some individuals pay later on after they've graduated and some weeks have passed or some months have passed. It's still very much allowed. So you're welcome. Yes, you would be using another question in the Python. Are we using pandas and NumPy? Of course, if the tax demand it, you'd have to use it actually.
Okay,
If it demands.
on top of that, there's no how you want to do numerical computations. You want to do statistical computations that you won't require NumPy. You won't require pandas. That is more like the ground level of any analysis, any numeric computation, any numeric analysis. That is the ground level. So definitely you'll be using that. And those two libraries, you use pandas for your data frame, you use NumPy to work with numerical computations and stuff like that. So definitely you'll be using that. You need to import those libraries when you are working with Python. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Fitz. And thank you very much, everyone. I think that's the last of the questions so far, so good. But if you still have any other questions, the group is still open. You can send them in the group, or you can contact your supervisor, which will be assigned to your team very soon, or the coordinator. And please, let's appreciate Mr. Fit again. Can we have some reactions, some comments? Let's appreciate him very well. And don't worry, you'll still be getting to meet Mr. Fit over the week. You just have to book sessions with him and make very good use of it, because it's a privilege to have to meet someone like him, and all the other mentors are available. So thank you everyone. Thank you for making time to come to this orientation. I hope you've been well enlightened, and with what you've gotten from this orientation, your journey throughout this internship is going to be very seamless, hopefully. And I have great expectations for all of you guys. Based on your introductions, I've seen that there are a lot of very skilled individuals, very enthusiastic people, very fun people to be with, and I hope that you would work together. I'm seeing that you're already working together in many cases, so I hope that continues over the course of the internship. And I have great expectation for the data science team in general. So thank you very much, everyone. This brings us to the end of the orientation program. And please stay tuned. From next week, your first task is going to be sent on a Monday. So start getting ready, start preparing, download, get your environment ready, get your resources ready, and prepare yourself. Thank you very much.